Hi Libra, this is your love and relationship reading for the month of September. Now, I am at the moment experimenting with with different formats, I should say, in regards to these relationship readings. So I am practicing a new format with you today. As I said, I haven't used this format before, so just bear with me. You may not like this format, and if you don't, then by all means, please tell me within the comments, because I'm trying to find the best format to use when it comes to relationships. Now, as I've already said on a previous video, as of October, I will be uploading videos for each zodiac sign in regards to people who are single, because obviously not everybody is in a relationship. And when you are doing love and relationship readings, it does quite often seem to work out more towards couples. But I am going to try to do readings specifically for the single people. So please just bear with me on that. Now, the first card we have here is the World card. It is reversed. Now, this is how you are viewing your partner, okay? Now, with the World card, it can show that you may feel your partner at the moment is stagnating. And I use this other term loosely, but you may feel he's become a bit, or she has become a bit boring. I don't want to insult anybody here, but nonetheless, that could be how you're feeling, okay? There is some disappointment attached to this card, so maybe you are feeling slightly disappointed with the way they are behaving at the moment, or in terms within this relationship. It shows that there has been some bumps and bruises along the way, which obviously happens in all relationships. But it can show that you may be feeling, as I said, that your partner has become slightly boring or is stagnating in some way. But he is being, or she is being, quite stubborn and refusing to see that. And is refusing to see that maybe that is how they are behaving at the moment. And I don't know if I said, but the World card is a major arcana. I may have said that, I'm not too sure. Sorry if I did. Now, the number 2 card in this format represents how your partner is viewing you, possibly, okay? Now, we have the King of Pentacles, and it is reversed. The Pentacles represents Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus. But as I say in all my readings, it does not mean that you are dealing with one of those signs. Now, the King of Pentacles reversed. It shows somebody, and again, I don't want to upset anybody, but it can show that somebody, that he may be at the moment struggling in some way to love you in the way that you are loving him, okay? Or he may feel that you are not loving him in the way that he loves you. There can be a slight imbalance in terms to feelings at the moment on either side. It can sometimes indicate as well that somebody is more focused on their own personal gain within a relationship than they are focused on the other person's. So he may be seeing you in this way at the moment. He may be feeling that you are concentrating more on yourself than him. In which case, maybe he feels that you possibly are not loving him in the same way that he loves you, or in the way you did before. Now, number 3 card in this format is about your needs in terms of this relationship. It is the Ace of Pentacles and it is reversed, okay? Now, when the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, it can sometimes show that somebody, I don't want to say buys somebody's love, but somebody who could be more prone to showing their love by buying gifts or generally spending money on somebody, okay? Because this card, when it's reversed, is more about somebody viewing the relationship in more of a practical, material way than an emotional way. Now, this could either be you are viewing this relationship at the moment, or you could feel that the other person is viewing the relationship in more of a material and practical way. In which case you feel that your needs may not be being met on an emotional level. Or you could possibly feel that the other person is being more emotional within this relationship, and you feel that the needs and your needs on a more practical and material level are not being met. But either way, it's about somebody viewing the relationship more in a material, practical way, and possibly the other one being more emotional. So there could be an imbalance there. Also, the Ace of Pentacles can show, because the aces normally represent new beginnings in something. When this card's reversed, it can show that there could have been plans, or you may have had plans in regards to this relationship or an area in your life, and these plans have got stuck. That maybe there's an obstacle there that's blocking it. Maybe you've made plans within this relationship in terms of how you see the relationship going, or just in a general term. You've tried to make some new plans. I don't know. It could be something as mundane as going away on holiday or whatever. And that you feel that your plans, have been stuck. Maybe the other person doesn't want to go where you want to go on holiday. I don't know. I'm using it loosely. I'm using that example loosely. But it, as I said, it can often show that somebody feels their plans have become stuck in some way. Or, as I said, that somebody is looking upon the relationship in more of an emotional way and the other in more of a practical way. And either way, you could be feeling that your needs are not being met because you're looking at the relationship in one way and the other person in the other. Now, here we have another major arcana. It is the Tower card, Lots of people don't like the Tower card because it does look really destructive, okay? I personally don't mind the Tower card. It is reversed, as I said. Now, this has fallen within the position of your partner's needs. Now, when it's reversed, it's about trying to avoid change, fearing change. Now, it's possible that your partner feels that they want change within this relationship, and that need that they have is not being met by you, okay? That they feel this relationship needs a drastic makeover, if you like. And they could be feeling that you are trying to avoid this change out of fear, or knowing that with every change there is a risk involved. It could be that he feels that you, or she, sorry, I know I keep saying he, but you know what I mean, okay? It could be that he feels that you are wanting this change. And with the Tower card, it is major change. We're not talking little changes. We're talking big changes, okay? Now, not all changes are destructive and bad. Some changes can be very good. And sometimes in life, we need big changes in our lives to get us moving in a better direction. So, it could be that he is fearing that you want this major change. And he is fearing that because he knows and feels that with change there is a risk involved. But either way, it's about a major change coming. And with the Tower card, it's not you planning to make the change. Quite often it just comes out of the blue. You know, you're not expecting it. Now, as this has fallen within your partner's needs, I would suggest more that he wants this major change in some aspects. And he knows that with this major change, there is going to be a risk involved. And he is fearing making this big change. But he knows it's something that's got to happen. Now, the next card we have is the Eight of Wands. This has fallen within the current state of the relationship. The Wands are fire energy. They represent Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The Eight of Wands is all about communication, okay? But communication with speed. Now, it's possible at the moment within this relationship, there could be some arguments or quarrels going on. It could be where both of you are arguing, and you know when you're arguing with somebody, you know, somebody says something, you say something back, and obviously it is quick. The communication is quick, and you're screaming at him, he's screaming at you, or whatever, okay? It can as well, because it is to do with communication with speed, it could even be via text, because, you know, we live in a world today where a lot of our communication is based via text messages, emails, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. There's all different forms of being able to communicate now, and to be able to communicate with speed, okay? Now, you can see that these wands are kind of being thrown, so to speak, over water. Now, I don't know the circumstances of your relationship. It is possible that you and your partner are maybe separated at the moment in terms of physical distance. Maybe you're in different countries at the moment. So communication is taking place, as I said, via the internet and social media. And you text, he texts you back, then you, then him, or email, whatever form of communication you're using. So it can indicate sometimes that you and your partner, there is a physical distance between you both. But it doesn't have to mean that. But either way, this card represents communication between the two of you and quick, speedy communication, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now here, this is the number 6 card, okay? Now this has fallen within the position of the path that you would like, okay, this relationship to go down. It is the Emperor and it is reversed. Now the Emperor as a rule represents Aries, okay? But like I said, it doesn't mean you're dealing with an Aries. Now, when the Emperor's reversed, it can show somebody who is controlling and can be domineering, okay? And can be quite rigid within their thinking. Can be very much like it's my way or the highway, so to speak, okay? Now, it is possible that you could be thinking at the moment that you are wanting more control within this relationship than you're getting. Or it could be that you feel the other person is more controlling and domineering. And either way, you want that change to be there. Either you feel that you want to have some more control and some more say within this relationship, or you feel that the other person is acting in that way. And for this relationship to go down a better path, so to speak, then that needs to be more balanced out. That it shouldn't always be one person domineering and one person taking control. There should be some balance within that. So it's either you behaving in that way or your partner, or you wanting to behave a bit more like that, and you feel that maybe you're being prevented from having a bit more control and a bit more say because the other person is behaving in this way at the moment. Now this is the path that your partner wants for the relationship or would like. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Pentacles is about somebody who is holding on tightly to something, okay? Somebody who can take the safe approach, somebody who fears risks in some way. This could be in relation to this Tower card. that if your partner is not trying to create a major change within this relationship, then he may be fearing that you are. Okay? It could also be in connection with this Emperor, that, as I said, he or she could be the more controlling and domineering one. And they are trying to hold on to that. They are trying to keep control within this relationship and keep that position that they feel they have in terms of this relationship. And the two of you could be kind of butting heads at the moment, because you feel that he is being more, or she is being more controlling. And they are trying to regain that control and to hold on to it. Now, the next card we have is the Seven of Cups. Cups are all to do with our emotions and feelings. This card has fallen within the aspects of the relationship to consider position, okay? Now, the Seven of Cups is about being realistic, okay? Quite often, things sound too good to be true, purely because they are too good to be true, okay? But it's a card about making a choice or having a decision to make in regards to something, okay? But it's about being realistic. Because with the Seven of Cups, there can be a lot of head in the clouds, fantasizing, daydreaming, thinking that something's going to be this way when the reality is that it's not. It's about making a wise decision and wise choice. It's about accepting a situation for what it is, or accepting a person for how they are, okay? It's about not, as I said, not being unrealistic with the expectations. Because quite often, if you're being unrealistic with your expectations of a relationship or a person, then quite often you're going to get let down. Because the majority of our time, the other people's behaviour doesn't always meet our expectations of how we think they're going to behave. Or the expectations of the relationship don't always match what we have expected. So it's about looking at things in a realistic way. It's about accepting things for how they are. For him or her to accept you as you are, and vice versa. For you both to accept the relationship for what it is, okay? And not to make any unrealistic expectations about each other or the relationship. Don't be fantasizing and daydreaming, because that's not the reality. Now here we have the Six of Pentacles. This has fallen within the outcome position. Now, the Six of Pentacles is a nice card, okay? It's about fairness, it's about judgment. Again, it's about accepting things that are being offered, okay? And accepting that the things that are being offered are coming from a good place, from a sincere, loving place. It's a time of arguments being over and, you know, some love and peace and happiness being restored to a relationship. I think this relationship has great potential to continue. I don't see any indication on this table about this relationship ending. Yes, we have the Tower card, which is a major change that sometimes is not expected. But I don't think that it's in terms of the relationship ending. I don't see that being the change. I think it's more to do with the change within the workings of the relationship and the balancing of the relationship. I think that's where this major change is needed. And possibly it's going to come unexpectedly. But I feel that we need to gain a balance within the control aspects of the relationship. Who's controlling it and who's not? Who's being domineering and who's not? We need to gain a balance there. We need to, if one person is stagnating and has become slightly boring maybe, then that needs to be addressed. That requires a major change and a major shake-up, because relationships get into a routine. We get stuck in a rut. And before you know it, it's the same old every day. And you plod along until eventually something snaps and something has to change. And I think that could be where you are kind of at and coming from at the moment within this relationship, that maybe it has felt same old, okay? And a major change is going to come within this relationship to shake it up and make it improve. Maybe it could be a major change in the fact that either one of you say, do you know what, I've had enough. I'm sick of this. It's boring, it's this, it's that. And I'm feeling disappointed with the way this relationship is going. And that is going to then create a big major change, obviously. And it's going to create the other person to maybe change their ways and to change the way they have been behaving and to snap out of this stagnating type of feeling that they've been having. So I feel that if overall you can talk to each other, that the control issues can be dealt with in some way, and that you can both start to accept each other for how you both are and be more realistic about the workings of this relationship, then I feel it has the great potential to continue to move forward. But yes, there is a major change that I think is going to crop up within this relationship, but I don't think it's going to be a bad change. I think it's going to be a change for the good. So, Libra, that concludes your love and relationship reading for the month of September. Now, as I said, this is a completely new format, so I don't know how you are going to like it. Please, if you have liked this format, then give it the thumbs up. And even if the reading resonates with you, then give it the thumbs up. If you don't like the format or you feel it hasn't resonated with your life, then obviously by all means give it the thumbs down. I would really love some feedback on how you feel this format works in terms of a relationship reading, or whether you prefer the old way of doing it where I use the Celtic cross way. Be negative or positive feedback. I'm happy to read all the comments that are left. And as you know, I always reply to every comment that is left. But also, the main thing with the reading, the format aside now, this reading obviously cannot resonate to every person's lives out there. There's lots of Librans in this world, okay? So it's not going to resonate with all of you. but hopefully some part of the reading may resonate with some of you. So, you know, in terms of your relationship, I feel major change is needed, okay? But I think if you can get over that major change, then this relationship has the potential to be able to continue. So, yeah, that is the end of your reading. And I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope somebody can make sense of it within their lives. I will be back again in October for your next general and love and relationship and single readings. So see you again in October. Thanks for watching. Bye.